So welcome back guys to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a pickups video. I haven't done one of these in about 6 months, and within those months I've accumulated a good amount of games. I do admit I've been very scarce about buying games. I've been trying to work on my backlog and playing what I have. It's just gotten ridiculous. Like, my backlog is becoming more infested than roaches in a trucker diner. It's insane. So I'm going to start first with some of the retro and then go more into the modern. Now, the first two games I'm going to be talking about are actually reproduction carts, and I will say first off, I love reproduction carts. I love reproductions because it gives me a chance to enjoy the games on the original hardware at a fraction of the price, and sometimes they could be even games that were never released in America. A great example would be this right here, which is Mega Man the Dr. Wily Wars. Now, for some of you guys who are not familiar with this Mega Man title, it was only released in Europe and Japan, and it was only available on the Sega channel in the US. And it's pretty much a compilation, a very early compilation of Mega Man 1 through 3 with updated graphics. Think of like Super Mario All-Stars, but with Mega Man. And I really enjoy this. I still enjoy the NES versions a lot more. But this game here just has a little bit of charm to it, and plus they did add some extra things like the Wily Towers, which is really difficult but a lot of fun. And if you're a big Mega Man fan, definitely check this out, rather it be finding a reproduction card or maybe emulating it. And I believe it was on Virtual Console for the original Nintendo Wii. Don't quote me on that, but it might be on there. But definitely check it out. And the next one, I actually got this at my local retro video game store. This is great. They've been getting a lot of reproductions lately, and the last batch they actually had me handpick and order the games that were going to be coming in. I came in there, show my girlfriend the place, because she was wanting to get some old video games, and she just moved down here, and I'm like, hey, let me take you to Game Giant. And they like call me over to the corner and they're like, hey, we got some reproductions coming in. What kind of games would be really cool? So I was checking them off, and one of them I checked off. I was like, I need to know when you guys get this shipment because I need to pick this game up. It has to be in my collection. And that is Earthbound Uncut. And this reproduction card, of course, was made by SuperReproBros.com. You can check out their website. But what makes this different from any other Earthbound? I mean, it is Earthbound, but the difference is that it's an uncut version of Earthbound. This is Earthbound the way it was in Japan. They translate it more closely to its Japanese counterpart. Now, if you guys are familiar with Earthbound, it does have some things like, beer and alcohol. There's a part where Ness is like naked, and, a lot of copyright stuff, like a lot of Beatles references and Blue Brothers, and unfortunately they had to cut out when it was released here in the States. So I was really happy to actually get a copy of it, and it plays wonderful. And I've played Earthbound on emulators. I have it on the Virtual Console. I don't think I'll ever actually own a true copy of Earthbound, so this is just as good. And I still tell everybody, definitely check out Earthbound. Is it the best RPG ever? That's debatable, but it is very different and it's very charming. And despite its high desire rate, it is a cult classic. There's a reason why people really want this, other than it's worth a lot of money right now. And I got some Xbox, OG Xbox, and it's funny how YouTubers kind of influence your collecting sometimes, because my friend John, he has a channel, Gaming Through the Decades, and he's been collecting a lot for the original Xbox. He had never had an original Xbox, and he was starting to get games, and right now the Xbox is such a great console to collect for. The games are dirt cheap, and his enthusiasm kind of rubbed off on me. So when I went out in the wild, I did see if I could find some Xbox games, because I don't have a big collection of original Xbox. This one right here is Nightcaster. I got it for $5 at Game Giant. I actually got this while my girlfriend was looking for Spyro 1 and 2. I kind of ventured off and I found this, and I'm like, what, $5? I never heard of this game. I'll check it out. And I've looked up some of the gameplay footage. It looks like almost like a hack and slash kind of spellbound game. Really cool. I haven't played it personally, so I can't really say too much more than that, but this is going in the backlog. But anyway, I went to a flea market a couple months back and found some original OG Xbox games. And one of them is Celebrity Deathmatch. I got for like $1. Got this for like $1. And if you guys remember, in the late 90s, early 2000s on MTV, there was a show called Celebrity Deathmatch, which is pretty much like a wrestling game, or a wrestling show, I should say, where popular celebrities at the time, like Hanson and Spice Girls and Marilyn Manson and Dennis Rodman and stuff like that. And this game really captures that essence of what that show was all about. Is it the best, most perfect wrestling game? Absolutely not. It feels more like a fighting game. And the best way I can kind of describe this game is it plays a lot like Clay Fighter. You guys remember Clay Fighter on the Super Nintendo, and I believe it was on Sega Genesis as well. It might be only on Super Nintendo, but it plays a lot in that style. Very kooky, very over the top. Really, really cool. And the next one I got is Crazy Taxi 3. Now, I love Crazy Taxi. I love Crazy Taxi in the arcades. Every time I hear Offspring now, it makes me think of Crazy Taxi. And I never played Crazy Taxi 2 or 3, and I saw this while I was at that flea market, and it was only $1. Why not? Check it out. And it plays a lot like Crazy Taxi, except it takes more place in like Las Vegas and stuff like that, which is really cool. And also, when I bought Nightcaster at Game Giant, I also got a Resident Evil Code Veronica strategy guide for $2. And this is a game I love and hate. There's elements I do like about Code Veronica. To me, it was a very important Resident Evil. It's the true Resident Evil 3. I won't get into that, but you guys can look that up on the YouTubes. I'm pretty sure there's videos talking about why. But yeah, this is the original Resident Evil Code Veronica. It's for the PlayStation 2 version, so it's not the original. It was originally on Dreamcast, then it was released on PS2, then it was released on GameCube, and I'm pretty sure it'll be released on PS4 at some time, but yes, I'm glad I have it. And the next one I'm going to show you guys is something I got from Limited Run. Limited Run is a company out in North Carolina, where I'm from, and they take indie games and they make them in a physical copy, and they become very sought after, and it's really, really cool because they are very limited, hence the name Limited Run. So if you see the games on their website, you have to pre-order them as soon as possible because they do run out. But I got a copy of Shadow Complex for the PS4. It's the HD remastered version. I heard about this game a lot through my co-host of Access Gaming Podcast, James Gruesome. He really enjoyed this game. He told me how much he loved this game, and I had never played it until now, because every time I went on Xbox Live, it was always $15, and for some reason I didn't want to spend $15 on a digital game at that time. So I was always very patient. I'm glad I was, because I got a physical copy, and it's fun. It's very Metroidvania meets Contra. It's very modern, military based, but it's got the exploration that you would expect from, Metroidvania games like, Symphony of the Night or Metroid, very much exploring and stuff like that. Speaking of exploring, this is a game I need to go back to. I played it one time and I want to give it a second chance, and that is Song of the Deep on PS4. This game was hyped to no end at GameStop because this is a GameStop published game. But I thought it was kind of cool. It had that Metroidvania tagline they threw in there, even though I had to agree with Shane from Re-Res when he did his review. He said it was like Blaster Master. This is pretty much Blaster Master under the sea. Now, the reason why I want to give it a second chance is because the only time I played it was I did a live stream of it. And this is not a live stream game. This is a game that's very atmospheric. It's a game that you kind of just want to play by yourself, maybe with a 6-pack of beer or whatever beverage and some snacks, veg out and play this. So I need to give it a second chance because while this isn't a streaming game, I can see the potential of this being a good game. Not a perfect game, but a good game. And of course, I own so many copies of this game, but I had to get it because it was on sale at Best Buy for $15, and that is Shovel Knight for the PS4. I have it for the Wii U, I have it for the 3DS, now I have it for the PS4. What can there be said about Shovel Knight other than it's one of the best indie games of all time? One of them, I would say. And it just never gets old. I actually did a live stream of it, and that was one of the main reasons why I bought it. I wanted to do a live stream on my PS4 with the PS4 camera and everything, and it was fun. We all had a blast. It was a lot of good times. We really dug it. And the last one I want to show you guys is a game I was very patient. I always tell people, be patient sometimes when it comes to getting games, because sometimes the price drops, you get that sweet spot and you have to get it. And that is Transformers Destruction, or Devastation I should say. I got it for $15 at GameStop, and this is a good price because I heard this game was really, really good. It was really short, which I don't mind short games with my lifestyle. I don't have time to play 80-hour games anymore. It's a very, very rare occasion. So with that being said, I knew it was a short game, so I wanted to take my time, wait for the price to drop, and I snagged it for a good price. And I will say, if you're like me and you grew up watching Transformers, this game is a nostalgic joyride. I really enjoy it. Platinum Games did a great job with Transformers. If only they did such a great job with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, I'd be really happy. But still, if you like Transformers, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s and you collected all the toys, get this game. It's freaking awesome. But anyway, guys, that's my recent pickups in the last 6 months. And if you guys have had any pickups or made a pickups video, be sure to let me know. I'd love to check it out, and leave a comment below. Tell me some deals you've gotten recently or games you've been playing. I always love hearing that kind of stuff. And anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Excess Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on podomag.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.